going on, y'all? Welcome to Meat Cranium Barbecue and Review. Today, I'm doing the test. I'm doing a $400 setup versus a $90 setup. This is the test that actually I did live, and I did a request on takers. If you had 2 Weber kettles, you had a slow and sear, you had a PID controller of any kind you want, barbecue guru or whatever, and if you had a Tiptoptemp and also a barbecue dragon grill stone, that I wanted you to do this test with me, and I called out Dave Parrish by name to come do this test. But of course, I didn't hear nothing from him. That's not a shocker. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the same standard test that Adrenaline Barbecue has done, which is 80 coals in each pit. I'm gonna let these things go, and then when they get down to about 200 degrees, the test is over. I'm gonna try to maintain about a 225 to 250 area and see, hey, you know what? Do you really need to have all these expensive accessories with your pit, or can you just go with just some really cheap accessories? So I'm gonna try to prove that. Well, who knows? So I'm gonna be using Kingsford Blue to do this test. I'm going to be using the Inkbird to monitor the temperatures of the Tiptoptemp and grill stone, and then of course the Flame Boss will be monitoring the temperatures and keeping the temperatures inside with the slow and sear. I did have one taker. I did have one person that did agree to do this test with me, and that is the real Joey B. Now, communication has been kind of low with Joey. However, he wants to start his own channel, and this is how he wants to start his channel, is by doing this test. So y'all go check out the real Joey B. I'll put his link down below. I'm not sure when he's gonna be doing this video. Hopefully it'll be soon. He might even come out at the same time as this one right here, but however it is, if y'all go and subscribe to him, then he will, then when he does the video and post it, you'll be able to see it as well and be able to do a comparison between my test and his test. So anyhow, let's get started. 80 coals each one. I'm just gonna light about 10 each. Light about 10 coals, put 5 in each one. Just let them go and just let them burn and see how long it goes. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so here I go. Here got 80. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's 80, and here's these little stacks right here. That's ones that weren't perfect. They were just like chunks or not whole pieces. So these are all whole pieces right here. And then over here on this stack right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Got 80 here, so I'm gonna put 80 in one, put 80 in the other. Light on. Actually, I'm gonna remove 10, so I'm gonna be removing. I'm gonna remove 10 from this side and 10 from this side, so I'll be removing 20 total together. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So from right here, this is gonna go to light up all the rest of the other charcoal. All right, there. And now I'm gonna put these into the chimney, get these lit, and separate them between the two. Okay, so this is the setup I have for the Tiptoptemp. I did kind of like a snake method. I'm gonna put the coals over here on this side, let it burn around. I kept the coals away from the edge, so there's less radiant heat going out. Have the slow and sear. I'm gonna put the coals right here, let them burn this way. Cover this up. The PID controller is right over here, so the air is going to blow down below this. Looks kind of dirty because I used it before in another test, and I just kept the foil on there. It's going to go up underneath there, and it's going to feed the coals from here going down. And if you look right here, it's just laying, the grates are going this way underneath. Just so you know, with the new slow and sears, it has the crosshatch pattern underneath, which chokes off the ash and chokes off the oxygen going to your coals. So this older slow and sear right here is a lot better. Also, I'm not going to be going with any water in either two, because once again, that's what Adrenaline Barbecue did in their test. They went with no water. I don't know if the real Joey B is going to be going with water in his test, but as for me, no water, because there's too many variables, and it's freaking kind of chilly out here today. Gonna get the coals lit right over there. Got the 2 stacks right there, one there, one there. Gonna put them in there, light them up, and then put them in here. All right, here we go. Gonna put 10 in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 there. there's 10. Okay, just gonna let these burn for about 10 minutes. They get well incorporated into the other coals so they can catch. Same thing with the slow and sear. And I'll put the lid on. Right now the time is, this is for my Inkbird right here. Right now the time is 8:24. So we'll call it 8:30. I'll get this thing started. All right, so 8:30 I'll get started. Gonna put the grades on. How should I get this grill stone in? Oh yeah, hold on. I'll show you what I'm doing with the grill stone. So for the beginning, I have just a slight little crack open. This is for the Tiptoptemp. I have it just slightly cracked there. After it's all set, I'm probably just going to close this and let everything go from the Tiptoptemp. Now the grill stone. And now what I'm doing with the grill stone is I'm going to block off right around here with some aluminum foil, so all the heat comes out right here. It's all concentrated out through this opening. Okay, so I got the foil going around and everything's gonna be going through here. Put the grate on, there we go. I have one probe for the Inkbird. That's gonna be just for ambient temperature. That's gonna help me control the Tiptoptemp. Then this right here, it's gonna put that about right there. I think that should probably be a pretty good spot to put it. And now time for the slow and sear. As you can see, have the fan right here, slow and sear right here. It's time to get the temp probe put on here. So I'll put it about the same place I have that. I've got it about right here. Some of y'all probably have an issue of where I put that, but you know, I'm doing the same thing on the other side. So that's about where I got. Actually, I got a little bit closer for the slow and sear. So time now is 8:31. Time to get the lids on, get this thing going. Vent, partially cracked. There we go. Slightly cracked the vent. Put it here. And then over here, time for the Tiptoptemp. Tiptoptemp is over here. I'm about to turn the knob, try to aim for about 225, but it's probably I'm probably gonna change it about 250 up on the lid, because down below will be about 225. I'm gonna go to my chart, I'm gonna find that out. Okay, so the temp right now is 63 degrees. So right here, gonna go for, there's quite a big jump between dial 3 and dial 4, which is 228 to 284. I'm gonna put it right about 3.5 and see where that gets me. All right, there you go. I got it at 3.5. Let's get this bad boy started. All right, y'all, so right now it's about an hour in, and the slow and sear with the Flame Boss is maintaining the temperature really good. However, with the Tiptoptemp, I guess the snake method was not giving enough fuel, so I just went ahead and I just collapsed the whole, this is after an hour. I went ahead and I reached up underneath the grill stone and I moved all the coals towards the hot coals to try to ignite more, because it's only been averaging right around 213, 220. Not really where I want it to be. I think this will be the ticket. This will be the solution. Try to go more like a minion method. That'd probably work out better. Even though I've used the snake method before and it worked out really good, I think that it's a little bit cooler today. It's kind of struggling there. All right, so keep that tip. Okay, so that was the solution. This is what I did, and now this is at the lid, and this is internal right here. Let's go to the chart, and literally within minutes, it just boom went right up. So literally, I mean, it was about 3 minutes, 5 minutes it took to get from when I opened it up and I moved the coals together. As soon as I moved the coals together, wham, it's right back up there. And I did have the bottom vent completely open, and then it got up right here, and now I just closed the vents down, the bottom vents down to just a smidge, and then the top vents are completely open. And it's still breathing, it's still doing this thing. So it took me a little bit to get this thing corrected, but it looks like it's going to be on cruise control from here on out. Been exactly a half hour since I made those changes. Check this chart out. This right here. So right now the internal temperature is 235. The ambient temperature outside is 64. I went ahead and I took the one out of the lid. I just took it off because I want to keep track of what the ambient temperature is. Right now it's been maintaining 230, between 230 and 236, which is really good right here. So it's been hanging. We keep it real steady, and there is no electronics for that. That's real impressive. So I learned a lesson here. If you do this, do the minion method. It was at temperatures right around the 215, 216 area. Now let's go over here to the slow and sear. The slow and sear one, let me get out of here and go over here. Okay, now check this out. So this is the slow and sear with the Flame Boss is doing. Now check these temperatures out right here. This is what it's been doing. Okay, 228, 227, 225. And it's been it's been dipping down below 225. Then it goes up some. So it's been, then it goes to 235. Is at 237, 230, 230. 220, 227, 225. There we go. It even goes into the teens. There's 237. So it's been a little sporadic. So check those temperatures out. Okay, 223. I showed it where it went down to the teens. There it goes, right there. 215. 216, 218, 219, 220. There we go. So that's what the temperatures of Merlin's been doing. So far so good. Now that I figured out what I was doing wrong, 237. The tip-top temp is keep it temperature. Very good. I haven't had to touch anything. Bottom vent is completely closed, and that is set at a 3.5 or 3.25 is what I have it set at right now. Alright, so it has been now 4 hours. The tip-top temp right now is at 225. It has, look at the bar, it's starting to go down a little bit. It's because I've been turning the knob. I've been trying to hone it in. So it was at about 250 for about a good half hour, 45 minutes. And then I turned the knob from a 3.5, I turned it to a 3. Then I turned down to about 2.5, and then it started bringing the temperatures down. It was in the 230s there for a while. I just turned it back up to a 3. All you gotta do is just mess that little knob a little bit. It holds temperature surprisingly extremely well. Now when it comes to the Merlin, is you have a $250 PID controller down here to control it. So it's just been bouncing around here, and look at the temperatures. See, I'll keep my finger here on the graph. Right there's the temperatures and the time that it's been. So you can see it's been bouncing around too, but it's been staying inside a little range there. See, in the 230s, it goes down to the teens, but it stays basically in the 230s all the way down. And right now, Merlin is at 235. That's where we got right now. So it's been 4 hours, still maintaining temperature. The main temperature that the tip-top temp with the barbecue dragon grill stone has been in, it's been right around that 230, 240 average range is where it's been. So this has been averaging hotter than that one. However, this is without any sort of fancy controllers. So that's still extremely impressive, and it holds temperatures for like a long period of time before it actually starts to fluctuate and go down a little bit or go up. It kind of stays kind of within like a 4 to 6 degree range for quite a long time, and then it starts to gradually go up. If it does, just hone back, pull back the knob a little bit, it'll bring it right back down, settle down. And if it starts getting a little bit too high, just turn the knob down a little bit more and it'll come back down. If it starts getting down too low, just turn the knob again, it'll bring temperatures back up. It's just it's manual. It's extremely good. By the way, the tip-top temp is only $36. The barbecue dragon grill stone is $50. So less than $90, you can get some good stuff. Okay, so this is the 6-hour update. Time now is 2:30. The tip-top temp is at 228, and this is what it's been doing, kind of just staying along this line. I keep losing my graph. It graphs up to 4 hours. I keep losing my graph. I don't know, for some reason it keeps resetting. And so this graph is from basically 1 o'clock to now, so for about an hour and a half. This is what it's been doing for the last hour and a half. Just kind of staying along this little line right here. Slow and Sear is currently at 225. That's the target temp, and this is what it's doing. This is the fan output. Now it's at 224. All right, so that's your 6-hour update, and tip-top temp is at 226. And the ambient temperature outside is 63 degrees. Tip-top temp is still holding strong. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna print this graph up, but look right here. Right now ambient temperature is at 60 degrees. If you come over here, I have it set right now at the number 3. It's at 228. And temperature is 228, 232. So it's right there in that nice target area. All right, and this is only 4 minutes after I just got it doing the last one. All right, it's 4:10. It has almost been 7 hours. Over here, tip-top temp is at 230. Merlin, 229. They are neck and neck. That's pretty cool. All right, here's something I found pretty interesting. Is the surface of the tip-top temp versus the slow and sear. See if you can see that. It's 136. You see that? 136, 142, 140, 131, 130, 130, pretty consistent all throughout. 132, 132, 132, 132, 129, 128. Everything's pretty consistent. 120, 119, 134. Okay, everything's pretty consistent, and actually, to put your hand on it, it actually feels a lot cooler, even though right now it's 234 inside. That's pretty interesting. That's because of the barbecue dragon grill stone. It heats up, the heat's coming from right here, and it's going. All right, so it's keeping actually the surface of the lid actually a lot cooler. Coming over here to the where the Merlin is, the slow and sear, the temperature is actually a lot hotter. It's almost hot. It's too hot to even touch. It's really hot. Okay, so let's look at the temperature here. So over here we've got 219, 219, 220, 202, 216, 222, 219, 198, 176. Over here where the slow and sear is not, it's 152, 155, 154, 153, 160, 180. Where the slow and sear is, you've got surface temperature of 219, 222, 223, 217, 202, 187, 202, 186, 185. Alright, so your surface temperature is a lot hotter with the slow and sear here. It's hotter over here, it's a little bit cooler over here. Okay, but you got temperatures that jump all over the place. 180s, 180s, 160s over here, 140, 160, 170, 174, 176, 180, 192, 200, 225. Looks like it's a lot more erratic temperature wise on that's, at least that's on the surface of the dome. Okay, I just want to share that with you. You can determine whatever you want with that information. Okay, so it is exactly 7 hours, and but this is probably the most impressive thing right here. 59 degrees out, and it's at 219 right now. So I think this is about out of gas. The slow and sear is probably going to be out of gas here soon. So just waiting for one of these to hit 200. As soon as it hits 200, test is done. Okay, exactly 7.5 hours. The test is over. The Tiptoptemp with the Barbecue Dragon Grill Stone was 7.5 hours. Time right now is 4:10, and it's at 199. So test is over. If you're curious to see what Merlin's doing, Merlin's currently at 221. The blower inside there is really going really hard and heavy, and it's gonna soon be behind. So it's not too far behind. Let's look to see how many coals are left with the Tiptoptemp. Let's go see how many we got with the Barbecue Dragon Grill Stone. Oh, look, not all of them burned up. Still have some right here. Could probably still go another probably 20 minutes on there. So that's why it so not all the coals burned. So, but hey, that's it though. 7.5 hours. Alright, so if I had all those coals together and I would have done the mini method from the beginning, it'd probably go about another 30 minutes. However, that's why I stopped it. Now let's look at the Merlin. Temp right now is at 215 internal. Here's Merlin right now, 215. Here's the chart. Blower's going crazy. Let's take a look how many coals are left on here. Maybe a little bit more, maybe just a little bit more than the I'd say probably just as much in the Merlin as there is over there in the Tiptoptemp. But I'll let this keep going, see how long it takes. Okay, y'all, so the test is done. Look at this graph of when the slow and sear with the Flame Boss got done. Here it goes. Okay, as you can tell by the chart, it ended up going 8.5 hours. So the slow and sear with the Flame Boss outlasts the Tiptoptemp and Grill Stone by 1 hour. However, the Tiptoptemp and Grill Stone did average higher temps. It did get a slower start though. Okay, so I think everything pretty much kind of equaled out. So the Tiptoptemp got a slower start because I started off with the snake method. If you do this, do the minion method. I think you'll have a lot better results, and you'll have probably the same results as I do. Now, also with Grill Stone and also the Tiptoptemp, you can use an entire bag, 16-pound bag of charcoal underneath there and go probably 18, 20 hours if you want it. Then you're limited on a space that you can do with the slow and sear. However, it's your money. If you want to spend your money on a slow and sear, PID controllers, all that fancy stuff, go right ahead. If you want to barbecue and have just about the same results on a shoestring budget, you can get yourself a Tiptoptemp and a Grill Stone and have almost the same exact results. The only thing you have to do is every once in a while just turn the knob, and that's it. I mean, I turned the knob maybe half a degree, a little bit here and there, maybe once every hour, once every 2 hours. That's the only thing you gotta do. I mean, things mechanical, and you can pretty much set and forget. But anyhow, Joey B, I'd like to see what you come up with in this test. You can use this as a guide. So anyhow, y'all go check out the real Joey B. His link will be down below. Like, subscribe. I'll see you next week. Ciao.